Yeah, we in there. What up? What up? What up? It's your boy Red Milwaukee 414, man. We back at it again for the championship. Look, this nigga done fell out already. For the for the championship recap. You know what I'm saying? It's your boy. We got everybody in here. Let me get RBA back in here, man. We back in here, man, for the championship recap. Man, first of all, appreciate everybody coming through. If you came in here early, if you getting that notification, we started a couple minutes early, right? Yeah, we started a couple minutes early, but it is what it is. Uh, first things first, let's hit them intros and then we can go ahead and get started, man.
It's your boy
Don't
BX,
be shy.
ladies. You can find me on IG. Give me a follow, man. What's up? Congratulations to GOAT on winning season 4. That's what's up, man. Good season 4 for Ricky also. You know, he came up out of the blue and went all the way to championship, but good shit, Ricky.
That's a fact. Hey, we hear that kid and play house party in the background too, birthday boy.
That ain't me.
That ain't you? Is that cute?
Maybe.
Hey, go ahead. Let's keep them intros going
All
though.
right, let's keep it going, man. It's your boy RBA. You already know what it is. You know what I'm saying? Your favorite troll. Hit me up. Let me know it's good.
Wilson.
It's your girl, Cutie Queen. I'm here. We in the
It's your
building.
boy, Authentic Pick Ricky. You can find me on Instagram under that name. You can find me on YouTube under that same name.
Hey, Q over there eating good, man. Every
eat over
week
there?
she
What
over there
you
eating
eat?
good.
Strips?
Man, she over there eating good. Is that she birthday partying just like you? Go ahead, Goat. My bad. Go ahead, Goat.
No, it's ever.
He do the people's eyebrow, nigga.
Oh man. Hey, hold on, let him finish. Let him finish, IPA. Let him finish. Go ahead. Go ahead, Goat. Go ahead, Goat.
Finally, the GOAT has come back to Sneakerhead clothing line. Listen up, jabronis, because the Wheezy says this. Since day one, he was counted out. I had one jabroni said I wasn't going to win. 2 jabroni who said I wasn't going to win. 3, it doesn't matter how many jabronis said I wasn't going to win. The only thing that matters is this. The Wheezy simply won. Now, this is what the Wheezy wants everybody to do. He wants you to take your little brackets, go get it laminated. I am a teacher, so I like my stuff laminated. He wants you to shine it up real nice. You know, you got to make that lamination paper just glow so the kids can see it. Once you shine it real nice, the Wheezy wants you to turn it sideways and stick it straight up your candy. If you smell
Pause.
what the Wheezy is cooking.
My nigga cooking. You feel me, Brody? Cooking.
Watch out. Y'all crazy, man.
Everybody come back in, man. I had to let Go get his solo on, man.
Nah, man. Hey, I appreciate everybody that came through, man. Ricky, I appreciate you, bro. You already know you my bro, man. We chop
Congratulations, dog. You already know what it is.
Man, everybody that came through, like I said, I appreciate everybody, man. I wanted to prove everybody wrong, and I did it.
Hey, well, first of all, man, like I always say, man, like I said at the beginning, in the first round with GOAT, I told GOAT, hey, prove me wrong. I think you about to get killed by Mo. You know what I'm saying? And you know, like he handled his business, man. I mean, you know, he went all the way, man. He went all the way, like straight underdog. You won. You most definitely. I mean, you always got my respect anyway, regardless. Outside of this, but I'm saying, like, for what happened here, nigga.
The
Hey,
Brahma goat.
hey, for real, man. One-legged Wheezy, man. Like, hey,
Yeah, I wasn't ready.
one-leg Wheezy did it, man. For real.
I
So,
wasn't
hey,
I wasn't
congratulations.
until IBA said making an entrance. I
That
really
was
was.
dope. That was dope. That was dope.
Is it one-legged
Hey,
Weezy
for real,
still,
man.
or is it the bracket buster?
It's both. It's both. It's
AKA.
Right, that bitch on day one.
Dwayne Goat Johnson right now.
I wish I had the muscles instead of this fat.
That nigga did the eyebrow and everything. Goddamn.
It ain't the Brahma bull, the Brahma goat, boy.
You know what I'm saying? The Brahma goat up in this bitch. Hey, that's gonna stick too. That's
Man,
gonna stick.
listen.
That's gonna stick.
Go. You won rightfully. You know, I just wish it could have been more up to your speed, man. That's all. I wish you could have won this with actual battle, man. You deserve the battle, man.
That was a battle. That was a good battle. The first question, it threw me off. It threw me off a little bit because I was thinking more lifestyle. But we gonna get into that. We gonna get into that.
Yeah.
You guys are welcome for that question, though.
Them questions tonight, boy. I think they put everybody on their back, man, because it was even the All-Star. Cause we'll get into it, man. But even Goat had to ask the question, like, hey, hold on now. Let me ask y'all.
Right.
But,
That first question out the gate was crazy. I saw that part.
Bro.
okay, let's y'all ready to get into these questions though?
Yes, sir.
Mm-hmm.
All right, so question one, shout out to BX as usual with the questions. Question one was show us Nike signature athlete sneaker that was used that you could use outside of the sport that they play in. Like it was
big. The question is show a Nike signature athlete sneaker that's not used for that sport.
not used for that sport, yeah.
Yeah.
So basically, if they play basketball, they play in the NBA, but they have a lifestyle sneaker, that's what you would use. You know, basically. As an example.
Yeah.
So the shoes, I ain't gonna front. I was actually driving home and I had it on my phone at the same time. So I don't remember the sneakers. I remember somebody picked a Lifeline, which I believe was Ricky, and then Goat. You had a sneaker, Goat, or you didn't have a sneaker?
Now I pulled the sneaker, but when they said Nike athlete, that's why I was like, I can't even use my sneaker because I didn't use a Nike sneaker.
So since the battle is over with, and I mean you ain't got to, what sneaker was you gonna pull?
My Zebra Yeezys.
The Zebra Yeezys. Okay.
Yeah. I was thinking, all right, well, you know, lifestyle, but they said Nike. I was like, shoot, I already got the sneaker now, so
I ain't gonna lie to you. I wouldn't have even known. I didn't really understand the question. I wouldn't have known what to pull.
Would that still qualify if it's being Kanye though? And I'm just asking. I'm just asking because I don't know. Like it had to be an athlete, right?
Yeah, Nike.
Yeah,
Right.
they said athlete.
Okay.
That's what I was gonna ask too. But if it's a shoe that's a signature, but not of the sport of that signature or that athlete's signature, how does the Yeezy fall in line with that?
Right.
I don't know. I really don't know because I missed the athlete part. So I was thinking more now sneakers.
BX, I want you to answer that question for me. What would you have pulled? Like,
I had when I thought of that questions, I had the MX one Swiping the Fox. I had the Jason Tatum MX 97s. I had those somebody else the Devin Booker MX Air Force Ones, the lows.
Okay.
See, I ain't got none of that.
I had those in mind.
Yeah, see, I didn't have nothing in mind. I didn't know how to answer the question. So
right.
Yeah, I mean between the LeBron, it could I don't know if y'all got it, but it could have been like a LeBron Air Force One.
That's what I was thinking. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
You know, or the Westbrook lifestyle shoe. I'm not saying that it's dope because it isn't, but you know.
Mm-hmm. That's an interesting question.
Was that?
That's a phenomenon, right?
No, it's not. No, it's not.
What's that?
Well, I don't remember. I don't got the box. This is the beater right now. I don't have the box.
Let me see it. It got a Kobe sign in front on the tongue. Yeah, that's a phenomenon.
Okay.
People play. So people played and know you to use that.
Would I have used this?
Yeah.
I consider this like a training shoe. Like I don't know. I don't think this is a basketball.
I done seen some people playing phenomenon.
Well, you just like some people playing trunners and shit like that.
Well,
Somebody said,
is it considered a trainer? Is that shoe considered a trainer?
That's what I thought it was.
I know the Trunner is, but I think
the trainer is. The trainer is.
somebody said, Word said Bo Jackson's. I mean, that could kind of apply.
But Bo Jackson but they was considered his signature shoe that he. I guess so though. Yeah.
But how they come to market? They don't come to market as a football or baseball style shoe. Cleat. So.
And I saw people in the chat saying they would have pulled a Jordan 9, but I'm like, people still play ball in that though. Like that's
because it's still considered a basketball sneaker though. But he was playing baseball at the time though. So
we would have put out a Baron or something.
I think the 9 could apply.
Yeah, because he was playing baseball at the time.
Yeah.
I got Chill Roses and
But he wore the 9. He wore the 9s as a baseball sneaker though, right?
Yeah, he wore that. Yeah, he wore it as a cleat.
Yeah,
a baseball cleat. I could have used it, but I ain't. Like I said, I was just thinking more so along the lines of lifestyle.
Yeah, no, exactly. I get what you're saying, and then you don't even want to test the waters because if he would have pulled a 9, and they'd be like, no, but it's a basketball sneaker. But he was playing baseball at the time. Well, he wore it as a baseball sneaker too. You know what I'm saying? You don't even want that. You don't even want that issue. You just, you want it to be solidified as.
That's what that Baron 9 represented with the 45 on the back.
Oh yeah,
remember?
True. Yeah.
See, when I thought about that question, I was like, okay, it's a championship round. Let's give him a question that's really championship round worthy.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
Because that definitely made me think. I was like, hold on.
Right.
Yeah, those were. I think everything but that denim question were thinkers.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
They got in their bag today. I will say that. Yeah.
That's a fact.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think Ricky asked E-Money to be his lifeline. He pulled out the swiper to the Fox.
The swiper.
Yeah, the swiper. Yeah, that was valid. That was valid. And that's what I was thinking too. Like it had to be something like total polar opposite of, well, that's the question, polar opposite of, you know what I'm saying, whatever they play or whatever. So hey, on a side note real quick, shout out to JC. JC said, yeah, it seems like Rick ain't try hard enough tonight. Shout out for the $4.99, but he said, JC said he feel like you ain't try hard enough tonight, man.
There's shit going on, but I did my thing.
Did the best you could tonight.
Yeah, right now.
Okay. Shout out to everybody in the chat, man. I know we normally start off with the shout outs and everything. So I appreciate y'all coming through, first of all. And I forgot to shout y'all out. We got let me do it real quick. We got B Lid, Absolute Styles, we got D Reynolds in the building, we got Jay-Z, Big Z, Kicks, we got Word in the building, Coffee with the Foe, OTB. I think I seen Danny also as well, I'm pretty sure. J Mac, we got Jeezy in the building. We got Maybach Harlem in the building. Who else? We got Chino in the building. We got Marcus, Polos and Jays in the building. Shout out to Marcus. We got Jesus Shuttlesworth in the building. We got Chino. We got D Reed, and a few other people. Man, make sure y'all hit that comment section. We got LaShawn Terry in the building. Let's see here. So that was GOAT for the. Was that GOAT for the 1-0? I mean, no, that was Ricky for the 1-0. My bad. Yeah. That was Ricky for the 1-0. And then question 2 was show a denim sneaker, right?
Uh-huh.
Yeah, show a denim sneaker. I was still driving to the crib, and then I looked up. Somebody had the denim 6s in their hand. How did this go? Y'all gonna have to help me out.
Lifeline again.
Lifeline again?
That was GOAT's lifeline.
So it's swapped in, right? So then that made it 1-1, right?
Yes,
sir.
Okay. Let's see here. Question 3. was show an all-star sneaker, right?
Yep.
Yeah, show an all-star sneaker, and then so that was GOAT pulled out the banger with the 7.
Goat got lucky with that question. You want to know why? If they didn't open the question up, he wouldn't have been able to pull that shoe.
Why not? All-star?
Yeah, because they said an all-star shoe, like they made it seem like it was an all-star release, or was it vice versa?
Yeah.
And that's why I asked. I'm like, is it an all-star release or all-star like a sneaker that somebody played in the all-star game?
Right. So, like I said, at first it wasn't open to go to the your way, but then when it opened up, then they allowed that shoe that you pulled to, what I'm saying?
It was open my way. Bro, I do Nike basketball, all-star sneakers.
Right.
You know that.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw when they asked that question, you got, oh yes.
Yeah, I started clapping. I was like, I needed that.
Right up your alley.
Mm-hmm.
I just asked because I wanted to be sure. Like, is it an all-star sneaker somebody played in or what? Like, and they let me know.
So at this point, it's what 2-1?
2-1 my way.
Yeah, 2-1,
Yeah.
2-1.
Ricky pulled out the blue chill, and then you pulled out the 7 Bordeaux.
Yeah. Go ahead.
No, you can't go wrong with that Bordeaux. I mean, I picked the Bordeaux. You know what I'm saying? The blue chill is a nice shoe, but next to that Bordeaux, I mean, it's a no-brainer.
A lot of people couldn't fit it, and it was a lady shoe.
Facts.
I don't like the Bordeaux, but I know everybody else does. I know it's a glorified shoe, so I'm not even I can't even disrespect you. I mean, it is what it is.
That's one. If you're a sneakerhead, that's one that got to be in your collection.
Facts.
I don't like it. I don't like it. What you want me to do?
I don't like the shoe either, to be honest, but it's a Bordeaux. I mean, I respect it. I don't like 7s at all, but it's certain 7s that I feel like that's supposed to be in your collection. That's one of them.
Barcelona Day is the only 7 that matters to me. I'm good. I got that. I'm good. Mm-hmm. I don't know what to tell you. I don't like 7. I don't like 6. I don't like 5, 6, or 7.
I don't like 7s, but I like that Bordeaux 7 over there. I ain't a fan of that blue chill like that. Like I like the Obsidian 1 more than the blue chill, and I know more people like the blue chill. I like the Obsidian 1 more. And maybe just because it's a men's sneaker and the blue chill is really a woman's sneaker or whatever like that. Maybe that's what it is, but
yeah.
I feel like I don't even know why people compare those shoes together though. I feel like they both got their own identity.
That's true.
So it is what it is.
But the Bordeaux it's a classic. That's one main thing that if I was going between the two though, I had to go with the 7. Even though I'm a 1s fan, I'm just not a fan of that one. And maybe because it's a woman's sneaker. And that's probably what it is. But I like the Obsidian better. So
it's that patent leather, man. That leather on that sneaker.
So what if Ricky would have pulled out the All-Star 1? Would you have voted for that?
Nah, I don't like the quality on the All-Star 1.
I'll give you that.
Yeah, so I wouldn't. I still would have went with the 7 because I don't like the quality on the All-Star 1. In my opinion,
that All-Star lineup in general. What was that? 2018 or 17?
For
the All-Star 1 you talking about?
That was 18. That was 18, wasn't it?
I think that was
the chameleon joint, right?
Yeah. That whole lineup was kind of
weak.
Yeah.
I mean, if I can say,
was that Charlie GOAT 18?
Nah, Charlotte was 19.
19? Okay.
It was originally supposed to be here for 18.
Yeah.
But, the bathroom joint.
Yeah.
Yeah, we had the other governor.
What came out Charlotte year though? What came out 19?
Pubic hair 6s.
Yeah.
You talking about the social statuses?
Yeah.
You also had the Hornet Dunk pie.
Yeah, those were dope. Those were dope.
You had the turbo green ones.
Yeah.
Sleeper.
I should have kept that dunk. I got that dunk, but I ended up selling it.
I need
Dang.
that.
Woo.
Yeah, I wish I wouldn't have sold out.
You got the one with the whole kit, the whole box, or just the
No, I had the regular joint.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I had the regular joint.
A bunch of shit came out. I can't remember though.
I can't remember either. I remember the only reason I remember the social status joints because Jordan was at social status for that release. So that's the only reason why I remember that one.
Man, Flashy went out to Charlotte and bought every single release that dropped that All-Star week. I was like,
the
play
Travis
on,
Scott
player.
33s.
Yeah, she got all that shit.
Wow.
Every single piece. I'm like, let me borrow $1.
I passed up on so much that All-Star weekend, like, bro.
That's what that good credit do.
Go, you didn't pick up nothing that weekend?
The only thing I got was the Turbo Greens that weekend.
Okay.
I was man, matter of fact, the Kobe 5, the draft days came out that weekend too.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, I got hoard on those. I couldn't get those.
It was a Kyrie that obviously it had to have been a Kyrie came out that weekend.
Yeah, that Kyrie. Yeah, the rocket joint is that colorful joint.
So what was question four?
The LeBron WT was fire glow. Shot status. What LeBron is that word that we're talking about? I don't remember that.
The Watch the Throne.
Watch the Throne.
The lion lace lock.
Yeah, it was with the gold lace lock. What number? What number is that though?
That's the 16.
That's a 16. That's a 16. Yeah, but that wasn't an All-Star release though.
It dropped on sneakers that Sunday during the All-Star game.
Did it? Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that you know what? I didn't like it initially, but I've been looking at it lately.
Hey, that 16, that Watch the Throne, that was a sleeper.
It really was.
I mean, it sold out. Don't get it twisted. I'm just saying, like, it gradually like picked up, you know, as far as the hype.
Oh yeah, the Galaxy rookies did drop. The Galaxy rookies.
Yeah, that came out like the week
it was
after.
February.
Well, yeah, but
came out a week after.
Considering if that's what y'all considering, yeah, because it came out like the week after the fact, but
I think they were able to buy them at All-Star weekend.
Yeah.
Okay, I got you. Okay.
Yeah, so a lot of that shit they had beforehand. Like I said, Courtney went out there and bought all of that. She had it a week ahead, so
yeah, she rich.
Yeah, so look, I can't confirm or deny. I just know she went out there and bought all that shit. Called me up stunting like, hey, Q, let me tell you. I was like, oh, okay.
But to say that was Charlotte, like Michael Jordan, you know, you own the NBA team in the city.
Yeah.
Like the releases were whack.
Yeah, I feel like Chicago and Charlotte should just be like them cities where you know what I'm saying.
I know, little mirror.
Stupid bangers come out.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Love you.
Even New York.
You know
You know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Make sure you be safe.
Chicago, New York, and Charlotte should be like.
Yeah, let me know. Your butt don't be wanting to try.
Hey, where we at though?
No, I'm just chilling.
2-1?
Cold chilling. Well, I got some editing to do for my YouTube
2-1,
channel,
go.
but other than that.
And then, where we at? Last question. Question 4 is.
Thank you.
Show a sneaker.
I use a couple of cameras. I have a.
We're gonna put you on mute for a second. The number 4 question is show a sneaker that represents colon cancer. And colon cancer, the color is blue.
What
I
blue,
knew.
though?
See, we had a blue gate, another blue gate on our head. 313 kept saying light blue. Now I already know it's blue.
Yeah.
And I'm like, okay, well, I know what sneaker I'm gonna pull. I got it. Like it's an easy reach behind me.
Yeah.
But when they kept saying light blue, and I'm like, light blue. So I was like, all right, I don't know which blue to pull.
No, first she said royal blue.
Yeah, she said royal blue.
Yeah, she said light blue.
So she switched it up.
Boosie Baby said she thought it was prostate cancer. So was it prostate cancer or colon cancer?
Colon.
Colon cancer.
No,
Okay.
it's prostate.
She said
Prostate.
prostate. He said prostate.
Prostate.
Prostate
Okay.
cancer.
Okay.
So this what I was gonna pull, like my royal ones.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
would-
She
That
did.
wouldn't have been it.
As you heard, that's what she said first.
Yeah, she said 313 said royal blue.
On here is not a royal blue.
But yeah, like when you Google it, the
It's like-
ribbon ain't royal blue.
It's like
Everybody was saying all type of different colors.
That damn blue.
so was the confusion the prostate versus the colon cancer?
No, the blue she was saying.
Okay.
The problem
Yeah,
was the blue.
The blue looked like a UNC blue to me on most of the pictures.
Yeah,
yeah,
when I
yeah,
Googled
yeah,
it, it
yeah.
looked like
It's light blue for the prostate.
So if
I
that
don't
was real, since that's the real color, like this battle like was geared toward GOATWEEZY because North Carolina,
Yeah, that's a fact.
all-star shoe and all that.
Well, let's be clear. Like, okay, so GOAT pulled out the UNC Obsidian one.
The Obsidian joints, yeah.
All right, then Authentic Ricky pulled out was it the blue laser?
Yeah, it just came out like a month ago, right?
I probably
Racer
still would
blue?
have won.
Oh,
If
racer
I would have heard light blue, I would have pulled this. But I probably still
That would have
would've-
worked. It would have worked for the color.
Yeah.
It would have worked because even that UNC 3. GOAT. GOAT is the representative. Would you consider that new UNC 3 really a UNC colorway? Because
Yeah.
to me it looks more old school UNC colorway compared to a newer.
Well, yeah, like it's still light blue, but it's like
Yeah.
a darker shade of it.
Right.
Yeah, I got. I mean,
It would have
Yeah.
counted. It would have counted.
It would have counted. I still feel like it would have counted. Yeah.
And it probably would. And the thing is, it's more familiar of a shoe than that Racer Blue would have been.
Yeah.
yeah.
Like, dude, okay, go. So even like that UNC 3 and an Obsidian 1, those are two different colors, right?
Yeah, it's hold on, let me see. It's kind of hard to tell. Look,
I know you got them right there. Yeah, they two different colors. Yeah. So for me, the Obsidian 1, that light blue is more of a newer generation, and that UNC 3 is more of the old.
yeah, I can say that.
Okay, I knew I wasn't tripping.
Yeah, it is a little darker.
Yeah.
I don't know. That one could have gone either way though.
I still think it would. I still think it's valid. I'm just saying between the two sneakers.
Yeah.
So but yeah, the color is not, as folks was trying to say, blue or that Duke blue. It's the more Carolina blue ish.
I just feel anything light blue would have counted because we can't really tell
That's a
exact color. So, but
That's
that
a-
royal wouldn't have did it though. I think that's too blue. That's too dark.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, not for that
Yeah.
one. That's what I'm saying. If it was royal blue, that's the shoe I would have used. If it was
Yeah.
royal blue, like it don't get no more royal than that.
So where does that put us at as far as the standings?
Man, that's it, bro.
That's it. That's it. That was it.
Hey, this tournament of listen, let me tell you something. This tournament of the champions now. Ooh.
But I didn't pull any real heat.
That's why.
Yeah,
That's why.
yeah.
To be honest, look, no shade. You got your win, but the whole battle itself was kind of.
Yeah, I didn't. I feel like I had to pull heat, and I got stuff right here waiting too. But
Man,
It was
listen, that's
two
what I'm
lifelines.
saying.
It was
Listen,
two
you
lifelines. Like,
be happy. Be happy. You ain't have to use nothing crazy because you going into that pit of fire.
I know.
But
Hot
don't you
dogs.
start over now?
yeah, you start over still, right?
The tournament of champions is basically a fight to the death.
So does it
The
start
last
off?
four, the
Yeah,
last
it's
four,
just
the
start
last
over.
4 season champions. No, well, you can't use the same shoe though. I don't think.
Yeah, you can.
Why
Why
not?
you should be able to reset? I think it should reset. You should be able to use everything now.
Yeah.
They said you could. I thought they said you couldn't use the same shoes.
I
Yeah,
think
you should be
hold
allowed
on.
to. Since
I
Are they in the- Are they in the
I-
comments?
I think somebody was, as a representative, was in here. Maybe E Money or McFly. It was somebody in here, man.
Yeah,
We was talking about it last week. I thought they said you couldn't use the same shoe.
Please let us know if you in here. If you can, I thought that you could use your sneakers.
So go. Let me ask you, since you done made it to the end, who was the hardest person that you would say that it took you to get to the point?
The hardest person.
Who gave you the most competition? Okay, Mo. All right, bet.
Yeah, me by far. He was the hardest person. It was all hard though. Like especially tonight with those questions. Like the first two questions, it was just like, dang, like I'm really about to be down 2-0. Because all the other rounds I was in, you know, I think I started up 1. I was always up 1. But tonight, like
yo, hold up real quick, go in my bag. I got E-Money right now. Say that again, E-Money? About the
Yeah, so it's gonna be a reset, so everything is fair game back into play. So
everything is fair game. You can start. You can use start.
Everything fair game, so you can reuse shoes if the question.
For sure. That's what I figured.
All right. Thanks, E-Money.
Oh, damn. That's a good look right there.
Yep.
That's what I figured.
Wow.
He said because it'll be hard for them to go back and see what
Yeah.
used.
Yeah. And that's only fair too, I feel like. You know what I'm saying? You should be able to start over. If you need to use any sneakers that you used before. Some folks like obviously like BAA don't even need to. I don't think anybody in the tournament champion need to reuse sneakers. GOAT most definitely don't.
I mean, I was ready for that anyway, because like I said, the only real round I had to pull some heat out was against Mo. Like I feel like I ain't pull out no heat, and Soul Reaper made me pull out my big bang. So I was trying to hold on to that, but I just wasn't in that bad. So
well, shoot. Yeah. Now you can hit that good reset button for the head honchos.
Yeah, for real.
That's gonna be fun to watch, man. I'm excited for that. After the tournament of champions, man, I'm gonna need a break. I'm sure they're gonna take a break.
I don't know what happened to Ricky.
I ain't trying to see that season 5 to the winner.
But see, I'm trying. I want the tournament of champions to have questions that make you think, like that first question. Also,
I'm crazy, man. I don't know if they anything like tonight, like, bruh. Because them first two questions, they were just,
man. Them questions was weird, man.
Exactly, like the denims. I'm like, bro, I'm not wearing no denim sneaker. Like I'm 30 years old. I ain't about to do that.
They would have got me too. I would have to use a lifeline. I ain't got that.
Nah,
would have been a tournament of champions.
Bring up them Levi 4s.
Yeah, I'd have been good. That'd have been good.
What if the tournament of champions is no themed questions? It's just like heat for heat, like straight, just battle to the death. Heat for heat. Because it's supposed to be all on the same night. So if it's all on the same night, you gotta go for the kill.
Oh, we about
to these questions. Yeah, that shit.
You have to pull out that rock again.
Hey, look at Dom. GOAT, let's cheat. I'll bring him.
So authentic. I mean, what happened? I mean, was it just the questions, or
that's all just the questions,
or was it what I said last week?
What's that?
What you say last week?
That you running out of eat up there. You know what I'm saying?
Oh no, it was just the questions to me.
All right.
Hey, Rick looked like he was. Rick looked like he blew down a bag before we started tonight.
He did. Y'all ain't see that smoke flowing in the air? Y'all ain't see it?
No, I didn't.
He was eating a pizza.
Eating a pizza last week.
I know.
He had it easy last week.
Wow.
Hey, that's just my opinion. I mean, I've critiqued everybody's battle. That was just easy for Rick last week. That's all I'm saying. Like no shade or nothing.
Shouldn't exclude certain brands out of range. It should be like categories. That's what Boosty Baby said. Yeah, that's kind of valid.
Yeah, I can see that too.
Yeah,
like the question, like that first question, that was a good one. That threw me for a loop. And then
which one?
The first
Signature
question.
sneaker, the signature sneaker one.
Yeah. the
Oh
signature-
yeah. That
That-
one confused everybody. I was like, what does that even mean?
Hey, who came up with that question? I forgot. Who came up with that question?
BX.
BX? Yeah.
BX went too deep in his bag with that one.
For real.
Yo,
I'm
yeah,
like,
yeah,
you got your nerve, you old Captain Camper, Hunter Scout Sergeant.
yeah, man, I was just thinking like, because what happened was I was moving around my sneakers and I saw the Swipe of Fox there. I was like, yeah, he's a basketball player, but he has a running shoe.
Yeah.
I was like, that would be a dope ass question.
It sure was dope.
Yeah, that's a fact. That's a fact.
Oh, ugly shoes only. We don't support Taco Bell around here.
Oh, that's dumb. That's dumb.
Yeah, Dom, we done with Taco Bell, man. No more Taco Bell for is Dom is white? Is Dom white?
Nah, he might as well be though. He close. He got one drop of blood. Hey, look, he passed the test because he got one drop of blood in his system. If y'all don't know what I'm talking about, y'all better do y'all history.
Hey,
Well, yeah, Dom. By the sounds of it, Dom, you black, so we're not doing Taco Bell.
we'll keep Dom and we'll keep Mono, but y'all can have J. Mac. Y'all can keep J. Mac over there.
I knew.
Hey, once again, by
OTB
legal standards, he got one drop of blood in him. He good.
OTB kicks. We're not doing 4th of July sneakers. We not doing no 4th of July. We're not doing 4th of July themed anything around here. It's done. It's over.
So the battle championship over everything. Once again, shout out to Goat, you won. Congratulations. I got one off-brand question outside of because now it's over with. But what do y'all feel about sports coming up as far as the NFL, NBA, baseball, stuff like that? Do y'all feel like for the All-Star games in their own sport, should they do like a Black Lives Matters jerseys, or do y'all feel like they should do something catered? Because that's what I've been hearing. Not saying that it's that's confirming that they're gonna do it or that they have to do it, but do y'all think that would actually be dope if they did something like that? I even seen mock-ups for the NBA where they had, what I'm saying, they might even put like a little logo or something. I don't know, but do y'all think that would be? Do y'all think that would actually be dope?
I think it'll be dope, but at the same time, it feel like how they going around saying they about to change Aunt Jemima name from syrup.
What?
Yeah, I'm like, bro, we ain't worried about syrup. We ain't worried about food. We trying to get these laws passed for us. Like,
Right. I mean,
you know what?
That's not our focus right now. It's cool.
Absolutely.
That makes sense, Goat, because I saw somebody post. Somebody did a post on Instagram where they had dark skin Viv and light skin Viv.
Yeah,
that makes sense now when I saw that. Yeah, okay, all right.
Yeah, that was a joke, but was really
yeah.
happy. Aunt Jemima was really being like removed from the mix or whatever. These brands right now, they're actually trying to win cool points with us because they know that if we're not spending money with their brands, these brands will not survive.
The black dollar.
So it's less about them like really being for us. They're more so just trying to put a band-aid over things like, okay, black folks mad, we want them to keep spending, so what can we do to keep them engaged? Okay, let's take the slave maid off of the cover that's been on the cover for over 100 years on a pancake mix.
I never even looked at it like that.
Right.
Like, who gives a fuck? Like,
bro, hey, hold on, I'm finna show y'all something, bro. I buy this all the time.
Ben.
So Uncle Ben got to come off the rice, right?
But it's like, okay, Aunt Jemima, Uncle Ben comes off the rice, comes off the pancake mix. Bro. Okay, so are we still gonna get killed out in the streets or what? Like,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and Harriet Tubman will not go on the 20.
Hey, what we doing?
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like, what are we doing? Like,
shit, you know what I'm saying?
They had been talking about putting somebody black on like the $2 bill, even though when was the last time you seen a $2 bill? First of all,
Right.
Exactly.
but
It's
I know they were
already
talking about
somebody
that.
black on money.
Hey, let me tell you this funny. It was this funny ass fake article that got shared today on Instagram. It said Chick-fil-A is now open on Sundays, but only for black people.
Oh,
What?
yeah,
Yeah, I saw that
What?
earlier. I was like, yeah, that's definitely.
Oh, it was
Golly.
ignorant. It was ignorant. I'll share the link with y'all later on.
hey, I mean, we just talking funny right now. But if that's the case, though, does that mean like all the black people that work for Chick-fil-A don't work that day then?
It was fake.
Hey.
It was a fake article. It was a fake article, but I thought that was hilarious. Like I'm gonna send y'all the link because like the entire like article is hilarious. Like it's crazy. It's crazy. I would want to read y'all some lines on here, but I can't link up to it because I'm too much happening on my phone. But
Hey,
yeah,
I
it's
gotta
hilarious.
check out of here, man. I'll holler at y'all later. Q.
All right, Rick. Hey,
All right, Ricky.
hey, still congratulations, Rick, getting to the finals, bro.
Good show. Appreciate it. Congratulations, Weezy.
Hey, appreciate it, my boy.
Hey, so I got another thing for you. So,
Mm-hmm.
'cause I know I saw Kevin Word said that sports is done for the rest of the year. I mean, I really do feel like I hope that does not happen because
Mm-hmm.
I mean, if we know anything throughout history, sports is a nucleus to a lot of unity when it comes to when it comes, especially when it comes to racism and it comes to bringing people together. I mean, throughout history, when implementing us as a people into sports, first of all, we make it better. But we it has brought all different races, not just black and white, but all different races together, and has made us better as a people. That has always been like the peanut butter to the jelly, the the ham to the burger. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like
Right.
it's always been that. So I know people talking about, oh man, we should sit out. Or we should. Me personally, I feel like sitting out does not make it better, or not playing any sports does not make it better, because that does take away from you not being able to use the platform that you get paid for to also advocate what you are trying to advocate and what you are trying to put out there. Because when you was playing and things was not going down, you was you was still promoting whatever you wanted to promote, if you was
Mm-hmm.
getting paid for it or not, if you was showing off your sneakers, if you was whatever. So why not think that this is not the perfect time, you know what I'm saying, to get your point across and to advocate what you want to advocate and still get paid for it at the same time. And also as well, like people need sports. People need it. Like right now, there's nothing going on. Folks is going crazy.
Yeah.
Like we already got the pandemic popping off. The pandemic has already messed up a lot of television programming, a lot of series, a lot of different things where it's like you even look at TV right now. Like I don't know about y'all, but looking at TV right now, it's like there's literally nothing on.
Nothing.
Rerun
Literally
everything.
nothing on.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Everything that you're used to watching right now, it is not on.
Yep.
So it's like, and on top of that, you talking about no sports. Like yeah, y'all think it's bad right now. You man, please. The crime rate will seriously go up, pandemic or not. Y'all talking about some little riots.
Like
Well, I mean, the fact is, certain sports just simply are harder to bring back. Like NFL football, there's no way to social distance.
Right.
Like there's
Too
no
much
way
touch.
for them to be safe. Like they just can't be safe.
How many
That's
people
any
on the
sport.
roster in football? Is it 53? What is it? I forget. 52?
The 53.
I think 52, something like that.
The
Yeah.
52, 53 man roster after you knock them all down or whatever like that. Pause. And then on top of that, you got the practice squads or whatever like that. Even if they take everybody out the stands and they empty out the stands and they play, I mean, I guess you could do that or whatever, but regardless, at the end of the day, this is gonna keep going up and down. It
Like,
is.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like that too.
The numbers, I mean, the numbers.
Also, I see where Kyrie coming from. Like I get both sides of it. But I mean I wouldn't be mad if they didn't play, and I wouldn't be happy if they did. Like I feel where you coming from.
I mean, let me ask this question, Rhett. Would you play if it was up to you?
If it was me personally and I was in the league, I would play. I wouldn't play. I would play not just because of the paycheck, but I would play because I would be able to, just like what LeBron does on a consistent basis. Before all this was going on, they was, besides wearing T-shirts, they were still advocating. They were still talking about it in their post games. They were still talking about it in their, in their half times. They were being more vocal, about it, and you were doing it on not just a national platform, but a worldwide platform consistently.
Mm-hmm.
But when you have situations like right now, when have you really seen them on anything like that besides social media?
But
You
the way,
haven't. You haven't. My thing is this: like, if you're gonna sit out, don't sit out just to go home and just tweet.
Exactly.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
Or to sit on your IG live, Sports Center IG live. It's like,
Exactly.
right. That's not going to do anything. But if you're on the lines of sitting out to do something along the lines of what Maya Moore has sacrificed for the last 2 or 3 years of her career, actually making a difference in somebody's life and exerting that energy into somebody else and their justice, then cool.
right.
But they're not saying that they're actually actively involved in anything. And have they ever been prior to now? So it's like, okay, you're gonna sit out and then what?
And then even for example, my bad, I be real quick. And then even for example, you got folks like, and it's no disrespect to Kyrie, but you got Kyrie and KD talking about some, man, you know what I'm saying? Everybody should sit out. Negro, you wasn't playing no way.
right.
Like you wasn't playing no. Like, would it be different if you were playing? That's just the thing for me, because both of y'all are having surgeries and y'all out. Y'all can't play. Like they even say, oh yeah, KD can probably come back. No, he can't. Like, because they're gonna be going balls to the wall, pause, once the season starts, because they're going right into the playoffs. So they're gonna go 100%. I don't. He's gonna have to. It's gonna take him a couple games and get acclimated, all that good stuff or whatever. And I still don't think, even if they go into the playoffs, he'll be 110%. That's just like when he was with Golden State and he tried to come back, and you see what happened. I don't think he wants to do that again. And I don't even think Brooklyn wants to even risk that. So I don't think that he would even come back. Same thing with Kyrie.
Yeah, so, like with KD, with that Achilles injury, like I can tell you straight up, don't rush on that.
Yeah.
In terms of those guys' injuries, anybody that had a serious injury, they need to be focused on sitting out anyway. But I mean, guys like a LeBron, aside from the fact that his knees ain't got that much more time, but again, he's been doing what he needs to do before all of this happened. So he's still effective whether he plays or not play. So that's probably why he's not saying nothing. He's like, I already been out here doing stuff. So what are y'all gonna do?
I see both sides of it. Like you can't go wrong either or though. Like you really can't.
These guys can't go around saying whatever the hell it is they want either though. They could get sued easily if they say the wrong thing. You know what I'm saying? And there's some people that probably just don't give a shit and they'll pay the fine and saying what they want to say.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it is a thing. So I mean, it's probably not as easy as we think for them to want to speak up on certain things. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Exactly.
I know some folks on here, like who was that? I think that was Marcus. LeBron can get on ESPN every day and speak without picking up a ball. That's a fact.
That's true.
But here's the thing.
LeBron. No,
right.
go
well, and also, it's not about speaking. This is the problem people get. Y'all think this is about discussions and panels and workshops and shit? No, this is about actually going face to face with people that are gatekeepers to our justice system, gatekeepers to, our social change, like gatekeepers to everything that we're trying to get done. Right. That's more than getting on ESPN and talking. Yeah. People get on ESPN and talk all day, ABC, CBS, CNN, and talk. You know what I'm saying? What these guys are talking about is sitting out, but sitting out for what? Are you sitting out so that you can actually coordinate? You guys have the type of power they can get face to face with a Donald Trump or whoever else that's a figurehead of any sort of kind. Mm-hmm. If you're not sitting out to have sit downs and actual meetings with actual blueprint and actually, writing on a whiteboard on what's going to go down and agreeing on paper, black and white. None of it matters. Like, I'm tired of speaking. What are we speaking about?
And also as well, like, and I fully agree with that. And also as well, I feel like whatever happened to multitasking? Why is it just like, oh, we just if we sit out, then you know what I'm saying, then we can. Why can't you play, which you can get your point across, and you can sit across across the table and get things done in action? Why does it have to be like, oh, I gotta wait till the off season to start? Why do you need to wait till the off season to start doing something?
That's what I'm saying. It could go both ways. It could go either or.
Right. And somebody in the comments, they mentioned how, you know, people in the stands don't look like us, and that's one of the ways that they can change things by being an active player and actually playing. And I mentioned this in my last video. Like, they can use that platform to show their power. They can actually influence black head coaches getting hired. They can actually influence black GMs and black president of basketball operations and all of those things. They have to demand that stuff. They have the power. If Adam Silver and the owner say, no, we're not going to shift the face of what you see in ownership, in general management, in basketball operations, then they stop playing. Because now their owners and Adam Silver is telling y'all slaves, y'all work for us, we don't give a fuck. But you use your influence and your power to change the face of your work environment and your actual place of where you can actually make immediate change. You can make immediate change in your platform.
Fact. Like, I hate to get off subject, but it's a thing going on right now between J. Cole and No Name. I think she tweeted something along the lines of saying, like, some of your favorite rappers haven't said a word about what's going on out here as far as unarmed African Americans getting killed. And he actually made a song about it, you know, saying, I've been at protests. I've seen him in Fayetteville, like, at a school ceremony giving away money to a school in Fayetteville. So I mean, I don't know if that's enough or what more he got to do, but when Michael Brown got killed, like, he was there talking to officials in that city. I think that was Missouri, right?
He did a documentary on yeah, go ahead.
Yeah, so yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like you said, these artists and athletes, they have to take action, and I feel like J. Cole definitely has been taking action as far as that's go, but that's what it's gonna take. It's gonna take these stars, these athletes, some of these movie stars, they gotta come out.
One thing too though, Go, is like it's one thing for somebody like, you know what I'm saying, J. Cole to do stuff like that or whatever. But are you really looking for all these rappers to really be like, come on, like, ain't nobody looking for Young Thug to be out there doing something. Like, come on, like, ain't nobody looking for any of these NBA, YBN, ABC, young ain't nobody looking for nobody like that, man. Come on, like,
not at all. And I mean, if you can't even articulate why you want to sit out from the season, I don't even trust you as leading any movement.
Right.
Like,
exactly.
you can't be that extreme and say, well, we should not play, and that's just it. Okay, well, what the hell else? If you're trying to be an influencer is a leader. Like, you know, Kyrie is what, the vice president of the CBA? Or whatever that association is called.
He's somewhere close on that board.
Yeah, he is. Him is Chris Paul still the president?
Chris Paul is the president.
Chris Paul is the president, which, according to what Sports Talk is saying, Kyrie didn't even speak with Chris Paul before making this announcement.
Yeah, he just be talking out his ass.
And I'm like, okay, so not only did you not, you know, kind of compare notes with your president and whoever else might be important to discuss this with, but then you go out there and say, there's a good chance we're not going to play. And then don't have any action behind it. Like, do y'all understand how ignorant that looks?
Right. That's just like Dwight Howard talking. Like, dog, like, ain't nobody really trying to hear no Dwight Howard. Like, it's one thing, like, it ain't nothing against like the man and his game, but it's like, ain't nobody even really, like, when have you ever spoke before? Now you speaking up? Like, you wasn't speaking up when you had all them allegations about you messing with the trans and all that. Like, you was hella quiet then.
Right. It'd be different if they was all fight the power beforehand.
Yeah, exactly.
And actually, like, you know, behind podiums and really giving out some gems, dropping gems. But yeah, listen, I need to see it before I believe.
Career. You've been quiet your whole career. That's just like folks looking to see Michael Jordan say so. It's like, when has Michael Jordan ever, like, he's never been about politics. He's never been a spokesperson. So why are you looking for him to say something? Even though he's you know, he's the GOAT, he's the biggest, but he's always told y'all, look, if that's what you're looking for me, you ain't finna get it. I don't do politics.
Y'all see what?
Well, he didn't say that then, but you know, I get it.
He was saying it back then. Like, he was like, first of all, it ain't no talking with Jordan, but he's even said it back then. Like, I just do basketball. So when a man say I just do basketball, he basically telling you, look, I don't.
Well, we not even gonna touch on that because his platform is way too big to just say that, you know, I'm not doing that. We're not talking about that. Let's not.
We know you don't like the man, but it's okay. It's okay, cute. It's okay.
No, it's just responsibility. It's the same thing as throwing $100 million between him and Nike, but not actually touching the streets and actually being out there. So, you know, it's kind of the same shit from the 90s. So I don't want to do that.
Go to live in North Carolina, right? North, South, but you there.
No, yeah.
Does from your own, does Michael Jordan do things in the area, or has he done things like that? And just like an example, we ain't got to keep going into it, but has he done different things like that you know your own self?
Yeah, the buildings I've been to, and yeah, he does.
He does, as in put money into it, or is he actually in front of young men and young girls, actually influencing and being there with them?
I haven't heard anything about that. I just know he be out and he will.
That's what I'm saying. Stop throwing your money at us, man. We don't want your fucking money. Like, what? This is the same shit as these other corporations throwing money at us. We don't care about your damn money. We want equality and social justice. Like, if the shit ain't coming directly to the hands of the impoverished, we don't want your fucking money.
Well, I see both sides though. I most definitely agree with Q, but I see both sides though. So
that's why I said I didn't want to go into that, because it becomes a whole different, like, part of the conversation that's just
right.
You know,
it is taken away a little bit, so I see that. I mean,
but Kev said something good earlier though, as far as like, is the players playing? Like, he don't think the players should play because the virus is still out there.
Facts.
Yeah.
Right. That's why I asked Rep, would he play? He said, yeah, but I agree with what Kevin's saying, because to be honest, I need to go home at night. You know, so I got a family. I want to live. You know what I'm saying?
Yo, have y'all seen how they gonna be? Have y'all heard how they gonna be living though? I'm not worried. I'm not worried if it's gonna be. And if you leave, it's a wrap, nigga. Don't come back. It's just like with it's just like how your grandma taught you, right?
You know somebody gonna try to do it though, and that's why they're asking all them questions, because some of these cats ain't married. So
what your grandma taught you though? What your grandma? You from the South? What your grandma taught you?
My grandma taught me.
Listen,
or you out?
No, because you know he's saying it right. No, listen, goat is right. Goat is right. These young boys, they got all of this money. All the big booties is throwing themselves out there. They gonna let some ass up in there.
They don't
that bubble.
Have big money. That's the problem.
Some of that ass is coming. That ass is coming into the bubble.
I'm thinking about me at 22 years old with 40 million, bro, in a city that I ain't from. Oh, I'm gonna sneak something in here. Something getting through here.
First of all, we in the playoffs, right? What rookie got 40 million or around at 22? What rookie? No, you barely made first round, bro. You just got back to work. You better.
All I'm telling y'all. Oh, my bad, Rep. I don't know if the Pelicans in the playoffs, but Zion is only 19 years old. Lonzo Ball only like 21.
They're gonna be like, Zion, you can just bring your mama. That's it. No,
But
my
yeah,
girlfriend.
no, Polo, real quick, Polo. He's saying we got to stop asking the stars to lead us. Yeah, it ain't about, at least from my point. And I can't speak for everybody, but it's not about asking stars to lead us. It's asking stars to use their influence to, just connect with gatekeepers so that we can actually get the folks that are leaders in the room. We have multiple organizations that represent us as a people that have action items. I mean, the damn president of NAACP has some very good action items. Now imagine if he has a Michael Jordan standing beside him and whoever else that we find that's fairly influential in entertainment. They don't have to talk, but they're more than likely able to get him at the desks that he needs to get to perhaps propose some things.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, shit. Martin Luther King was able to get into the White House to be able to sign that Civil Rights Act or get the Civil Rights Act signed. He was there physically when it was being signed. You don't just get to go in there like that. You know what I'm saying? So those are such things I'm saying. It ain't about leading us. It's about using influence.
Yeah, you go. If I'm playing. And they ask me who you want to go up there, I'll be like, hey, send somebody like Craig Hodges up there. Like, don't send me up there, bro. Send somebody like Craig Hodges up there. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh no, I'm good.
Absolutely. So we have a lot of articulate, vocal, like ready to go leaders out there that will stand and speak. But again, they may not have that influence to get into the doors that we need to get into to really, shake things up. So you gotta look at it from different ways. So,
but do you also look at it like some people that can and say that want to, but they won't because they're afraid of what might happen if they do?
No, that's what's been the case.
Yeah.
That's what's been the case up to now. Everybody has been scared up to now.
Right, up till now, yeah.
So,
but that's the thing now. Up till now is the perfect, like, take advantage of the opportunities in front of you now, because this has never been like this. Everything. This also goes back to, that's what I'm saying. Like, people be talking about, and this is a little off topic too, but it ain't. It's like people talk about like, oh man, like, you know what I'm saying, Obama didn't do nothing for us when he was president. But you can't even look at it like that, because when have you ever seen somebody like Obama in the office beforehand?
Never.
If you ain't inspired by that, like, forget like, oh, he did something for your community. No, you get something done in your community on a local level. That's how you get something done. You get something done on a local level. That's where you get that's where you really get your voting in at. Not saying you don't get it in president, but you got to look at President Obama as the inspiration, because they ain't never been done before. It was never supposed to be done before. And look what happened. Everything from education, us being able to go to any school that we want to, if we can get there. That was never supposed to happen. First of all, you weren't even supposed to know what 1 + 1 is. And that wasn't even that long ago. Let's keep it real. That wasn't even that long ago. All right.
Yep. You weren't supposed to know how to sign your name. Yeah. You didn't know how. In fact, you didn't know. They tried to make sure that we stayed illiterate to the point we couldn't even sign our name. We had to write an X to sign our name.
Exactly.
Like, y'all don't understand. Like, man.
Like what's the move? I just had to show my son yesterday. Matter of fact, I had to show him the movie Glory, because he ain't never seen Glory before. Like that's what I grew up on. Like, I grew up on that. You know what I'm saying? Like, on the age, I don't care. But it's like, this stuff ain't even that long ago.
It's not.
Right. Right.
That's why I'm glad, like, my great grandma lived to be, like, she lived a long time, and she used to tell us stories when I was like maybe 14 or 15 about how she grew up. She was born in 1906, so you already know how her lifestyle or whatever, how she came up.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
bro, she seen it all.
That's what I'm saying. Like your parents, depending on how old you are, your parents, you can just go there. Some folks that's in the chat right now lived it, but
Yeah.
but let's just say our parents, that's all 5 of us that's in here right now. Our parents literally went through the coals just to be where we at right now. Like, yo, like, and every generation is gonna be different. Like, even like we even went through, all 5 of us, depending on where we lived at, it's worse than others. But goats in the South, even for RBA living in LA, like that's multicultural as ever, but it's straight, depending on where you at.
Oh, bro,
It can get crazy. Same thing in the Midwest.
I've seen a clan meeting.
Yeah,
I've seen it happen.
Sometimes I think like I feel like we got where we are today, but it's like, what are we doing with it? Like sometimes I wonder if these, people, these leaders that we had back in the day to get us to where we are today, we're here today, what would they think about what's going on in the world right now?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I feel like we should be ashamed of ourselves as a people. You know what I'm saying?
Absolutely. Mm-hmm.
I'm just gonna
we definitely have not done enough, and we definitely are not doing enough. It's a shame. It's a shame that we're supporting Black businesses. Like, that's a big deal right now. Why is that a big deal? That's supposed to be the normal. That's supposed to be normal as hell.
Because let's keep it real. Not to cut you off, Goat, and I'll let you speak. But let's keep it real. When we was coming up in the 90s, everything when it was Black business was hella support, and you didn't even have to be like, oh, support me, whatever, like that. When you talk about hip hop, when you talk about everything, when you talk about Black colleges, you talk about Black colleges, and hip hop was apples and was peanut butter and jelly. Like, you talk about Fubu, you talk about Karl Kani, you talk about Baby Fat and all the rest of that mess, right?
Facts.
Like, it was just everything was, you bought that first before you went after other things. Like, white brands, no disrespect, but they had to come get us, as they always had to.
Oh yeah.
From the Tommy Hilfiger. Tommy Hilfiger got put on, and I still love Tommy Hilfiger, but I'm just saying, like, yo, they had to put that on Aaliyah back. You know what I'm saying? For Black women and for females to really get down with it. You talk about Wu-Tang Clan. They had to put that on their back. Like Polo and Tommy Hilfiger, it was a tug of war between the two brands to try to get them on.
And you have some of these brands that even came out and said they didn't intend for Black people to wear their clothing.
Exactly.
That's a fact.
That's crazy, and that's our fault.
Right.
That's our fault, as opposed to continuing to create and build and grow together. We chose to either sell the things that we created to them. Right. They then made a commercial, and it either prospered or died, which a lot of times it dies down once it's sold from us. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, again, that's kind of going off topic, but just kind of what I was alluding to. Like, we're just now celebrating supporting each other.
Yeah, that is weird.
And white folks buy our brands after we blow them up. They buy our brands to sit our brands down. They don't buy our brands to elevate them. And all Black brands know this. They take the meal ticket because they feel like their brand has taken its run, and so that normally that's when they sell it off with the Rockawares and everything else. But when have you ever seen a Black brand that has been to its prime and then they sell it to these white companies, and then they took it even further? You've never seen that.
Never happened.
They buy them on purpose to die them out so their brands can keep going. They do it on purpose.
Even with everything that they buy from us or take from us never prospers without us being involved.
Right.
With our music, even with our music, like a lot of figureheads in the music industry, they put a lot of money into poor young people, Black folks' pockets by signing them to a singles, like a deal with just songs or an album, advances, all this good shit.
Yeah.
And then they try to, carry it along. They say, fuck it, you signed your advance, I don't give a damn. You gave us your money or the music, whatever the case. Throw you away, find the next person, because they don't know what to do without us. They don't know what to do. So therefore, that's what I'm saying. It's like, it's out, like what IBA was saying. It's out. We should be ashamed. It's our fault. It's our fault. By now we should have our own record label. Like the record industry should be ours. Period. We shouldn't be just the creators of the music and the sound. It needs to be ours. These athletic organizations, they need to be ours.
And let's keep it real, because back in the day when it came to sports, where did they come before you know we were integrated? We'd be able to go wherever we wanted to go. Yo, they was coming to HBCUs to come get us. Even if they didn't like it, it financially made sense. They came to HBCUs to come get us.
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
All the superstars, that because we had no choice. That's where we had to go. So that's something, like, I feel like they're talking about it now, but I've been feeling that way. Like, if you a number one recruit or you top 10, it don't matter. Like, yo, period, top 100, whatever. I feel like all y'all should go to an HBCU.
Mm-hmm. So the time is now. The time is now. Period. Like, if the top recruits go to HBCUs, the money is gonna come. Yep. Like, people feel like just because the resources aren't there right now, that's gonna change. Because if all the talent is at HBCUs, trust me, the resources are gonna flood in there.
And see, and that's the thing, and that's what kills me. Coming from a person that played for an HBCU, right, and went to an HBCU and have an HBCU as a legacy throughout generations in my family. I went to Grambling State University. I am number 107. I can't remember the exact number, but we are in the Guinness World Record for having the most family members go to and graduate from one school.
Wow.
Going to Grambling State University. I played for Grambling State University. They want you to think, oh, they don't have no resources. Oh, they don't fit. That's how they look at us, though.
Mm-hmm.
As Black people. We don't fit the same standards as the white man. We're not smart enough to be in the white.
But here's the thing.
Our schools also.
Here's the thing, though.
Before you continue, I gotta take off real quick. You know
Okay.
All right, birthday boy.
But thanks, man.
Oh,
thanks for having me.
All right, birthday boy.
I'll be in the chat watching though.
All right,
happy birthday. Happy birthday.
Appreciate it. I'll talk to y'all later.
All right.
Right. But that's the thing, though, Rep. Like, yeah, we know that that's what they think, but in a way, we kind of think that way too, because we bought into it. You know, why do you have the top recruits at in ACC and SEU?
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Because we believe what they believe.
Mm-hmm.
In order to get my, the best visibility, I'm gonna play for Kentucky. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm trying to get to the league one and done.
Yeah.
Right.
I don't think I can get there at HBCU because nobody sold me that dream.
Mm.
It's I don't know. It's crazy because you go back. I don't see where the gap or the big change happened, because once again in the 90s, which isn't long ago, in the 90s, everything was HBCU. Hip hop was incorporated HBCU. Everything, like from Spelman, Morehouse, from everything. I mean, the Cosby Show, the Different World.
Well, let's be clear. It was because of a Different World that people started paying attention to HBCU in the 90s. So
I think the Cosby before that, but it showed. Yeah, I agree.
So if it took TV for us to go to HBCUs, that's a problem within itself, bruh. Like, do we not understand like our own internal trauma? This is internal. This is internal. This ain't got nothing to do with them.
That's a fact.
Yeah.
And so once a Different World went off air, it started to taper off.
That's a fact.
This is internal. Ain't got nothing to do with them.
Right.
Now don't get it twisted. Different World went on for some seasons, but once it went off, Q got a very valid point. If you think about it, when it went off, that was the era that anything that was HBCU wise, that whole like that. It died, sprayed, like it was.
Yeah, think about it. Like, think about even when sister grew up and they went off to college. They didn't go to HBCU. They went to Michigan State or some shit.
Yeah.
That was the end. That was when all that shit, the HBCU hype was over.
A lot of black shows got cut off at that. A lot of black shows, especially if you was an influencer. Like,
well, I mean, like, you know, the shows where the kids went to college. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah.
You could see it tapering off even on television.
You didn't see Lisa Turtle go to HBCU.
Right. You know.
She wasn't even black for us. She wasn't even black
That's
for
funny.
anyway.
I do. Yep. She was black. Nah. But nah, man.
Hey.
Before BET sold, we had College Hill.
That's what it is. That's where it's at, GOAT. You hit a valid point. And what was his name? What was his name, GOAT? When Michael whatever. What was the old owner name? Bob Johnson. Bob Johnson sold to Viacom. It was over. Over for us. It was over. You talk about Teen Summit. You talk about Teen Summit. Everything. I mean, like you look at now. It's like
hit different. It was like it wasn't even BET no more.
It make a difference, man. It make a difference when we in behind the scenes, bro. Go ahead, Rep. I'm sorry.
You know, football games used to be on BET back in the day.
Yeah. Now you can only catch HBCU games depending on the region and where you live at. But the only time you can catch them on a national basis is when they play the Bayou Classic during Thanksgiving weekend, which is just us versus Southern. But they don't show any other, they don't show any other classics or any other rival games. They don't show the Circle City Classic and different things like that. They don't show that on a national basis. You got to have like ESPN plus. You know what I'm saying? Like, and they might show just the first half of your game, like, but it's not being shown on a national base, on a national level at all whatsoever.
Right. You gotta have ESPN niggas in cleats.
Yo,
that's the network.
Hey, that's not funny. That's not funny, but it's funny.
You can't be where IBA is in LA and think you're gonna see GOAT at a North Carolina A&T game, and you in LA, like you ain't gonna see that.
Right.
Yeah.
But when BET was really owned by BET, by black folks incorporated, like how like the Boondocks used to have. When Bob Johnson really owned it, you could catch an HBCU game every Saturday. It may just be one game, and it may not be the game you want to watch, but you was able to watch at least one.
And they showed the band performing.
Thank you.
Yep. All I gotta say is if the content that comes from our networks make you more so want to be a rapper than a leader, again, that's some internal shit. Like that's some internal shit, and that's our fault that we're not providing the appropriate content to make not only the older parts of our community, blacks, and then the young blacks, to want to be leaders and vocal and actually being influential in every platform. Whether you're vocal or not, you can be influential in a way in which social change can happen. And if we're not providing that kind of content anywhere, if we don't have any network that we own, any sort of platform that we own that's kind of spewing that message, again, that's some internal stuff, man.
We don't even own Revolt TV. Don't get it twisted because you see Puffy on that. He don't even own Revolt TV. Don't get it twisted.
Hey, Rep, Dom said he wanted to come on. I don't know how long you gonna be up.
I only got a few more minutes, but I already put the link in there. I'll do it again.
Okay, if you go.
Yeah, my phone gonna die shortly. So
yeah, we got 5 more minutes here. Anybody want to come through? There go the link right there. We got 5 minutes. But yeah, Puff don't even own Revolt TV. So,
but here's the thing, though. Even though he doesn't own Revolt, he's that influential person there.
Right.
That's it. That kind of what I alluded to earlier. How entertainers, athletes, even if they're not the spearhead, the leader, etc., they're still using that influence to get that appropriate content and getting that appropriate message
Y'all
in the
remember
door
Voter
to
Die?
gatekeepers.
But I feel
Exactly.
Voter Die campaign for Obama.
Exactly. That's
why I'm
a
like,
prime
listen,
example.
That's just like last week when I asked you, Q. I was like, "Yo, where's the minister?" I started seeing stuff about the minister this week, though. I ain't gonna front, but I'm like, normally when stuff goes down, yo, the minister, you can't keep him quiet. He don't care about what you talking about.
Absolutely.
But just like what you're saying, you do got these people, but at the end of the day, all they doing is this.
Yeah.
I don't ever see. I mean, you know what I'm saying? Okay, we've been doing that for how long?
400 years.
Too long. 400.
So we need moves to be made. I mean, we tired of hearing people talking. I mean, that's why I said. A lot of people, they don't even get involved because all they're gonna do is talk, but they're not willing to walk that walk. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to. They're not interested. You keeping it 100, and that's another sad thing. You know what I'm saying? And that's just why a lot of people, you guys saying why these people ain't stepping up because they really don't want to.
Right.
And it's sad, but it's hey, it is what it is. It's true.
Lamar Johnson said, "Shout out to Lamar Johnson. That's a fact. I don't know who Mikey is, but he said Mikey go to a HBCU. I bet they be playing on ESPN often. That's a fact.
He's talking about Mikey Williams.
Mm-hmm.
He's talking about going to he's one of the top recruits. He's talking about going to HBCU.
But I mean, and I hope that he does. My thing is this though, is why did it have to be this though? That's just the thing though. Like, why did it have to be this? This should have been.
Well, for him, we can't say that for him because he's a baby. So
No, that's a fact. That's a fact. I'm just saying
that makes sense. But yeah, if it's somebody 30 plus talking about I don't know why I didn't before, but now I'm definitely supporting Black business, and I'm definitely gonna be out here working hard for us. If you that person now that you just not making that decision, you need to go to therapy, bro. Like what the fuck? Where the fuck were you for 40 years?
You know another thing that's funny too, Q. You could see it. You could see it in different groups, like on Facebook. A lot of times though, and even in social media, a lot of Black people, man, they be like, "Oh, I wish I would have went to a HBCU." It's too late. What happened before that you was like, "No, I'm finna go to DeVry." I'm finna go to Little Romeo's college. Yeah,
right.
When you could have been going to Morehouse or something, and now that you 30 something years old, you like, man, I wish I would have went to Morgan or Howard or something like that.
If you don't spend your Black dollars within a Black business at least once a quarter, you the problem. I'm gonna put it that way. There's no excuse as to why people are just now supporting Black business. That's crazy. That's insane.
Mm-hmm.
Can we hear?
If you haven't done that before, please make sure if it's not once a month, twice a month, it has to be at least once a quarter. Like we can't continue to go another 100 years and we're not actually using the power that we have. We're like the number one consumer in this country. That's crazy. If we're the number one consumer in this country, but we're one of the poorest, that's fucking insane.
All right.
Y'all especially the number one consumer in this industry.
Thank you.
Big time.
You talking about sneakers? As far as sneakers?
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that's
absolutely.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
Ain't nobody else doing custom shoelaces like you.
You said
I appreciate that, Dom. I appreciate that.
Man.
Everything is made in the USA. All right,
here. Awesome.
Dom, how you doing?
I'm from the USA. All right.
I'm good. How are you?
Good, man. I'm just, I get frustrated sometimes. I just not only do I not feel like I'm doing enough, because that'd be my frustration. Because y'all know me, I've been like this. Yeah. I've been on this shit, but even I feel like I'm not doing enough, and then I see it now where it's like, okay, it took all of this for us to finally recognize what we need to do, collectively. It really frustrates me. Mm-hmm.
The whole issue is so big and it's such a damn loaded issue that, like, I mean, well, most of the people sitting on the panel know, but I wasn't really around a whole lot of black people, and like just wasn't. I mean, I went to a really, really diverse school. I had a bunch of black friends. I'm not racist and or nothing like that, but and I'm not hit the running joke is like I'm the only white guy that's ever on any of these panels, but I'm not white at all. I just
Thank
sound like it
you.
because I grew up in North Carolina. So I met my wife. My wife's family is black. So I've had the opportunity to hear some pretty awful things about, people that have experienced real racism and stuff. And man, I got into it last night with somebody on Facebook because one of my buddies posted a damn rebel flag and said something about reposting it. I get it. I grew up in the South. I've never really felt that comfortable about, I ain't never put that flag on nothing because I know certain people feel a certain way about it. To me, sure, does it in my brain, and I understand it's sociological because I grew up in the South. It, to me, represents the South, but then I go researching and digging around to find out what the real meaning of it was, and the dude that made the flag is a shitbag and hated black people. So,
And you
I
lost.
told my I told my buddy that, and I was like, look, man, if you have a brain, like, you need to take that shit down off your page. Like, especially you're one of my boys that goes to church with me and all that. Like, you speaking out of two sides of your mouth. Like, well, then one of his buddies gets on there and he's like, he said something stupid, defending it. Same background, like his upbringing is he's just a Southern white boy. So I get it. Like, and I told him, I was like, look, I'm not on here to argue with you. That's not my point. I said, my point is there are other people that it represents something totally different to.
Right.
And his response to me was, well, that don't got nothing to do with me. And that's not my experience. But I shot back and I was like, that's the point. Like, that's the biggest issue with all of this. Number one, the media. I can go down the rabbit hole of George Soros and all that BS, but that's a whole huge conversation that's not going to be had here. And the fact that there are so many people that just they because they've never experienced it, they just think that white privilege is not a real thing. Like, I understand defining something like that is like it's like chasing a ghost, but because you can't like say every white person's racist because that's obviously not the truth. But it took me going to the store with who are now my three big brothers and realizing or actually feeling it coming from people, because I'm walking around with these three big ass black dudes that, I mean, not dressed crazy, not like, not from, what obviously we all know there's a difference between being black and culture black, which is what y'all like. That's why I think a lot of people should go to HBCUs is that's the point. I get all that. But I mean, they ain't dressed like thugs, nothing like that. And the way people like would reel back when we walked onto an aisle, or like grab their kid and like walk away from the aisle, or like to be with people that you care about and see it. I will say is an extremely eye-opening experience. And I think the biggest problem in the white community with all of this is there's a whole lot of these people that have never experienced it, and they're so stupid that they think that if it's never happened to them, it must not exist.
Right.
So, and that was the big, like, I texted my buddy and was like, yo, like the one that posted it, because his friend is the guy that started arguing with me. I was like, look, man, your friend's a dumbass. Like, that's it. And he was like, well, everybody's got a right to their opinion and blah, blah. I was like, I get all that, man. I was like, but that I said his statement said everything. Like the fact that your response is, well, it ain't never had no impact on me. Like,
well, look, you gotta understand that some people are just ignorant, bro. And the thing is, sometimes you can't blame them, because at the end of the day, we're not born feeling the way we feel. You know what I'm saying? This shit is taught. This shit is taught. So, and the thing is, we're all from different places. Like you say, I mean, in LA, it's not like that, but it's different. But in the South, it's different. You know what I'm saying? So there's things that he may experience, I don't know nothing about. You know what I'm saying? But at the end of the day, like I said, he was raised to be like that, or he, you know what I'm saying? It's like sometimes we're a product of our environments, which, you know, that's everybody.
Absolutely.
You know what I'm saying? So can you blame them? No. Is it right? No. But at the end of the day, it's the world we live in. You feel me?
And it is. And I think that the biggest issue and the biggest driving factor in all of this is a lack of empathy.
Mm-hmm.
And a lack of realizing that, yeah, we all did grow up in a completely different environment. Like my buddy tried to have the argument with me, well, I'm from a single mom too, and I busted my ass, and I'm this and I'm that, and started spitting statistics about the black community. And I was like, listen, man, I was like, again, I'm not arguing. I'm glad you cut your own path, but for you to tell me that, you know, you grew up in a single mom household and you made it, it's not the same thing in that culture as you not being black. I was like, and I really hope, I was like, you didn't grow up like that, so you can't speak to it. Neither can I. I mean, I grew up great in the suburbs of Charlotte, North Carolina. My parents are still together, and I live in the house that my parents brought me home to from the hospital. Like, I picture perfect, like couldn't have been any more. But I also live in a neighborhood that this was my parents' first house. So, and the house that they have now down the street is, I mean, it's like 40 minutes away, but it's a whole lot different than this area that I live in. And I've seen all walks of life. Like, I literally have a whole bunch of heroin addicts and stuff that live across the street from me diagonally. So you're right. We all do. We all have completely different experiences. And I think that in all of this, I really think people that have a platform like all you guys do should really take the opportunity to tell stories of shit that you guys have experienced. So that because there's a whole lot of white people that think a whole lot of that stuff is bullshit because they've never dealt with any of it. And if they all watch you guys and they have like a relationship with you guys just by watching y'all, or they feel relational with y'all, that gives you guys a platform. Like you talking about Michael Jordan. I've met Michael Jordan. He's a dick. And from a logical and business perspective, because of how large he is, if I was him, I probably wouldn't say shit either, because there's nothing he's going to say that's going to be right. There is nothing he can say that is going to piss off one side or the other.
Yeah.
So the best thing in his brain, he's just like, I'm just not going to say shit. Like, it does less damage for him not to say anything than it would if he said something.
Especially if you don't know what the hell you're talking about.
Nah, because I get the feeling he's been pretty disconnected from the black culture for so.
It's been a long time, and he's been digging this hole for 20 years.
But I mean, you could even say it for it's just not Michael Jordan though. Is plenty other, and we said we ain't gonna get into it, but you know, it's plenty other big celebrities that's been disconnected from their own community for a long time. Not just, and I ain't making it no better about Michael Jordan or whatever, but I'm saying like it's more than just Jordan. It's a whole bunch of them out here that don't know nothing.
Nothing.
For sure.
But they be trying to talk though. That'd be the difference though. It'd be like you don't even know what you talking about. You don't even know
you can't even come back to the hood.
Yeah.
Like that. Straight like that.
So it's just I agree. I most definitely agree with Dom though. Like us doing what we do right here, if it's not besides here on my platform, but if it's go live, if it's Q doing videos, if it's all of us doing videos, matter of fact, you know, we have our own platforms. You know, we most definitely need to be out here besides just talking about sneakers. And I said this, and I've said it before. If you come here and think we're just gonna be talking about sneakers, you're sadly mistaken. We're not just gonna be talking about sneakers here on my platform. Like we will address other things like that when it comes up. And it is what it is, and it most definitely needs to be talked about. But it's most definitely gonna be talked about in a positive manner. And we just not gonna be sitting here just shooting the shit. Like we really like if we're gonna talk about it, let's really talk about it and talk about it in action. Like what we can really do and brainstorm. Like let's really like this is what we doing. We really brainstorm, to be honest with y'all. Like keep it real. Like
but don't let it just be like small talk. Like really be about this shit. Cause y'all again, y'all know me. Like I've been on this.
Right.
I've been on this.
Well,
so it's like all I need is like-minded people. Like the thing about it is the more we don't have to agree on everything, but the more we plan together and move together, the more mountains we can move. Period. Like we don't have to do this alone.
We most definitely won't agree on everything, but we will come to. And I'm not just talking about political and different things and the movie. Like everybody has their own opinion, but as long as as long as everybody is respectful and we all come to a common ground about change and what really needs to be done, like that's the most important thing. That is the most important thing out here. Keep it real.
Like, but that's the willingness. You have to be willing to sacrifice what comes from that. If you're somebody that's trying to chase likes and views and clout, you know, those type of conversations are not for you because you're always going to be politically correct. You're always going to be concerned with, well, if I say this, if I do this, because I want things to change for my society, then I won't get these opportunities. You have to be willing to sacrifice that opportunity.
That's a fact.
Like that's what comes with this kind of lifestyle.
That's why I don't have no filter, regardless if you like it. I'm gonna say what I gotta say. I'm gonna keep it 100. You know what I'm saying? Right. You don't have to like it, but it is what it is.
And that's why my
you
following
definitely do that.
Right. and as well as me, like my following, like I have a commercial look, but my following is my kind of following based off of just me being no holds barred. I'm going to talk about what I'm going to talk about.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Looks aside, you gonna click on that video and you probably go hear some shit you ain't think you was gonna hear because you saw my face and you clicked on it because of what you saw.
Right.
So trust me, I deal with the disadvantage that comes with being very passionate about wanting things to be different.
Right.
And wanting to have a voice and knowing that I have a platform where I can express my voice.
Right.
Well, I will tell you, with all the experience and all the change I've had since I met my wife, that I'm very grateful for people like you.
Well, I mean, you my brother, under guy. You're my brother. Period. So
absolutely.
I hear that, but at the end of the day, I feel like, man, we all human. Like, man, you know what I'm saying?
We are.
Mm-hmm.
So I feel like it's saying that you have to say it like that. You know what I'm saying? I feel like we're no different.
Well, we aren't any different. But here's my thing: is until me and her got together, like outside of like being like the typical like, and I'm sure you guys are like this shit pops off, and you've got those weird white friends that start being like, "Hey, is there anything I can do for you?" Like start just being weird about it. Like I feel like I was the guy that I was having the discussion with on, and he turned it into an argument. I didn't want to turn it into an argument, but I feel like that was me. Like, yeah, I had black friends, but I didn't really see the issue.
Right.
And it took me personally experiencing it, and it took me, which is why I again say, like, somebody with a massive platform, I don't really like it's the discussions that you guys have with people that will listen, that respect y'all enough to hear those stories. That's the stuff that makes the difference, because you got somebody like me and I'm like, well, I mean, real racism outside of toothless rednecks in the KKK, that, you know, all that stupid shit, I don't really see it. So to hear from her mom that awful shit that I don't even want to talk about, like, it's like getting hit in the stomach. Like, you just go, oh wow. And I remember how upset I was when we left Walmart, when all of us were together, and they were just like, yo, like, just chill out. I was like, dude, that shit, I'm like, y'all have to live with that every day. And they were like, yeah, that's our reality, bro.
But this the way I look at that. I mean, I understand all of that, but at the end of the day, you know what I'm saying? Us here that's sitting here, we didn't have to live that life. And the thing is, yes, we might have ancestors and stuff that went through that, but they went through that, you know what I'm saying, to put us where we are now. So at the end of the day, we need to stop thinking about that shit. It's not today. We're not all that stuff that happened back then. It's not going on today. Today is not perfect, but we're nowhere near that. You know what I'm saying? So at the end of the day, we need to learn to let that shit go as a people. You know what I'm saying? And move on. It's like, okay, we understand what happened, but we here now. Now what we gonna do? You know what I'm saying? That's the way I look at it. So I understand all of that, but I feel like we're beyond that. So to be honest, we don't even need to discuss that. You know what I mean? We already know.
Right. At this point, it's American history, and I think that every person that calls themselves an American should know that part of our country's history.
Right.
It should be a requirement for everybody that's, like, you know, going hard for the American flag and all of that stuff. If you are not acknowledging one of the most dominant components of our history, the original sin, I mean, how do you call yourself an American?
Yeah.
So, and just like what IBA said, I mean, again, that's something that it's not as bad as it was then, but the fact that we have to even think that we're kind of seeing remnants of that today, when you have multiple people being hung by trees within a span of a week, that's some shit we never thought we'd hear about.
Right.
In our lifetime. And it just reminds us of these.
There was more than one?
Yes.
Woo, yeah.
It's five.
It was five. I thought it was three. Yeah, my wife just told me it was five.
Yeah.
Just within the last 2 weeks. Just within the last 2 weeks, 5 people.
Like, where's this energy coming from all of a sudden? Like, what's your point? Like, what? I mean, I don't get it. I don't know. And then the thing is, it ain't like it's all in one place. It's in random different spots of the world.
Different places.
So I don't know what the energy is behind that, and I don't know. I don't even want to sit here and speculate, because, you know what I'm saying, it's gonna be on some bullshit.
Right.
You know what
but
I mean?
here's the thing. This is another thing.
Somebody was caught in the back seat of a police car and they were dead.
And that was another issue. That was outside of those the lynchings.
Yeah, outside of lynchings. Yeah.
But that's another situation where even in custody.
Yeah, even in custody.
We get found dead somehow. Even in custody of the police, somehow we get found dead, and it's suicide.
Right. I was just about to say that.
Oh, what?
They're calling this stuff super. Like, what? Like, the thing is, they don't even know if it's suicide, but they just want to rule it a suicide. They just want to feed it to us, and we just supposed to accept it. Like, what?
It's like it's so much. It's so much that we have to deal with every day. Like, and people tell us to get over it, but we have to live with the traumas of what happened in the past and the things that are happening today, and we still have to go to work. We still have to, for those of us that have children, we still have to be parents.
Right.
You know, for those who are leaders in our community, we still have to be mentors and leaders in our communities. Even with all of these things happening, we have to try to smile and keep things progressive in our life.
It's a lot of work.
That's a hard fucking life.
Yep.
Black people have trauma. We walk around every day with trauma.
It's like
PTSD just from being black. We all, each and every one of us have PTSD.
It's like you can't live a normal life. You have to just be always on your P's and Q's. Like you can't. It's to the point where, you know, I grew up back in the day. We were able to just walk to school. Nowadays, a lot of people, they don't even want their kids to walk to school. Why? Because kids are going to school and not coming home. Why? Because they're being what's the word I'm looking for? When they poach your kids or they want them for organs and stuff like that.
Abducted.
Yeah,
I forget what that is, but yeah.
Yeah, but where I live at, that a lot of people, they're not letting their kids walk home because of that. They're being abducted, and I heard that they're being taken for body parts or organs and stuff like that. It's really a thing out here. You know what I'm saying? I'm not just talking.
And like women, and that like, and then like black women are being caught or not caught, but being found have, you know, being kidnapped and sold into sex trafficking.
Right.
So a lot of black women have disappeared in recent years, like within the last few years.
Yeah, I don't know about where you guys live out, but we always get missing, somebody missing from somewhere. It's always somebody missing out here. So, to be honest, and they're always minors.
Yeah. Have y'all heard about this new series called Cracker?
Is that a joke?
No, I'm dead serious. My wife knows it is. It's a new series called Cracker. It's on. I'm looking at the article right now on allhiphop.com. Upcoming show Cracker puts blacks as slave owners and whites as slaves.
Oh, hell no.
Really?
No, I'm dead serious. This is crazy.
Is it a comedy?
Yeah, I'm sure.
No, this ain't no comedy, bro.
Yeah, I'm sure. Like
it ain't no comedy, but I mean, I don't know. I don't think it's a time for that, but
right. But yeah, I mean, that's just, you know, we got a lot. We all honestly that, and I've been saying this to myself. I definitely need to go to therapy. Hopefully, well, it probably won't happen in 2020 just because of how crazy this year has been. But I think every black person needs to find a therapist that they trust, that they can talk to. We deal with a lot every day, even in our professional life. Right. It's very tough. It's very tough.
I just feel like as a people, we need to just get more wise. You know what I'm saying? Be more wise and stop just, you know, taking everything that we're told as facts. You know what I'm saying? Just educate ourselves, because a lot of things is hearsay, he say, she say, and just because we hear stuff on the news and stuff like that, don't make it facts. Because at the end of the day, I feel like a lot of that stuff is made to brainwash us. Mm-hmm. You know what I'm saying? So, you know what I mean? Like they say, stay woke. You know what I'm saying? That's a real, you know, thing right there. You know what I'm saying?
That's what you said.
Yeah, I'm being for real with it. You know what I'm saying? Hey, a lot of us, you know, it's funny.
That stay woke shit now. Even it's like it's all lip service now.
True.
It's all lip service now.
I mean, sometimes I don't know. Sometimes it's like, you know, like you see the way we grew up as kids, and you see these kids growing up now. It's like they worried about the wrong things. You know what I'm saying? Like,
well, them same kids is the ones that's out there protesting though.
Right. But
so
I'm just saying,
they the ones they're spearhead like these kids that we thought, you know, didn't have a chance and that were, you know, beneath us, so to speak, in knowledge and appreciation for the arts and all that other good stuff. These are the same kids out there that's like causing all this havoc. That's getting the attention of a lot of these corporations and decision makers.
But the ones that you see that all they do all day is watch TikTok. You got some kids that watch TikTok all damn day. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I ain't gonna lie, I get tired of seeing kids walking around doing stuff like this. Looking like, you know what I mean? Like, bro, can we not? Like, you know what I'm saying? And
I mean, we all had our version of that though. You got to remember. You just got to think back. Yeah, you gotta think a little bit further back than me, IBA. But you know, you gotta think.
But it's just like people ask you that question,
I'm sitting here like,
would you change your childhood for today? And I always tell people, hell no. We had way more fun.
I wouldn't want to be a kid today. I wouldn't want to be.
Seriously.
Now, okay, there's one thing that I would swap out though. You know, if I was a kid in the social media era where I could literally do anything I would want, I could pursue any passion because I have social media, I would be way further along if I had this resource when I was younger. So this is the one thing I wish I could swap out as a youngster.
Right.
Because a lot of these kids don't even have to, you know, go to, like, college ain't for everybody.
Right.
Let's just put it like that. A lot of these kids find their way by building a platform on social media, and basically becoming a business. So,
Right.
or if they do establish just a tangible business, they able to maneuver that, you know, over the internet. So it's like, I wish I had that when I was younger.
I get that.
The only thing for me is like, I halfway get like, college ain't for everybody, but don't get it twisted. You need something, like, because a lot of these folks, they use that as their excuse. They be like, "Oh man, college ain't for everybody." What you gonna do? What you?
Well, that's what I'm saying. Like, it's not. I'm saying that specifically for the kids that are entrepreneurs, that are innovators. You know, the ones that can actually create something that doesn't require them to go to college. Like, they can skip that step because they already have a business.
Yeah, but for some things though, like, you can only get so far, and you're gonna need
That's
to be
for some
put
things.
on. You're gonna need to be put on to get to elevate yourself even further. Like, you can only get so far. Oh yeah, I want to be an entrepreneur, and I want to do this. But then,
I'm gonna tell you something. As Black people, being put on means different things for different people. Because there's a lot of us with multiple degrees that are not the CEOs of our companies.
That work at Target.
So
I mean,
let's
it's
just
a lot
be
of
clear.
us. It's a lot of us that don't do what we do now, but what we went to school for. I most definitely is one of them. But but the experiences and the things that I did learn while going to school and in college most definitely got me to where I am. Besides what I learned from my own environment, from my own neighborhood, from my own crib. Like, it's the best of both worlds for me personally.
Me too.
Because so because college put me on, and my neighborhood put me on. So,
You want to know why? You want to know why I got a master's degree?
You gonna tell me? But yes, I do. You gonna tell me anyway?
I have a master's degree because I'm Black, and it's that one extra thing that I need for people to even take me seriously.
Take you seriously. That's a fact. My wife feels the same way, and that's exactly why she just graduated too. And it most definitely to get to where you want to be. I always say you gotta do what you you gotta do what you don't.
You gotta go above and beyond.
Yeah.
You gotta go above and beyond.
And that's the part to me that it sounds so shitty to me to hear somebody say that, and to know that you literally feel like to be taken seriously because you're a Black female, you have to have a master's degree.
That's a fact.
Yep.
Like, that shit to me is like, that hurts my heart to know that you feel that way.
Yeah, that's the facts. Yep.
Hey y'all, it's almost 12 o'clock over here, so I'm about to give me some grub and.
Man, where are you at? What you come back?
You're going on that victory party. That's what he about to do.
I got some
right up the street.
Man, I'm about to demolish this.
Hey, that's what's up.
Hey,
I got 20% on my phone. I got to go too.
Yeah, we about to shut it down now. Let's go ahead and hit these outros. Go. You want to go first, or you? I mean, it's your night. You do what you want to do, bro.
Man, I appreciate everybody for coming through, man. Come through the recap, coming through the battles, all the past battles we've had. Like, I really appreciate y'all. It was fun. I mean, I don't know. I said I was done battling after the Tournament of Champions, but I might
won.
Yeah, I might consider I still got some heat that I feel like I ain't showed yet. So
Right.
I'm excited. I'm excited to see you in this tournament, man. Focus on that because that's gonna be fun. That's gonna be so much fun. I can't wait to watch that. I can't wait to watch.
Yeah, I'm ready for that one.
Yeah.
Most definitely, man. What else we got? Who else we got?
Oh man, so you already know it's your boy IBA. You already know the class clown. You know what I'm saying? We had a good chop it up in here. Shout out to everybody that pulled up ugly shoes. We had BX that was in here earlier. Shout out to Authentic. You know what I'm saying? You tried, you did your best, but hey, sometimes it happens to the best of us. Believe me, I know. But yeah, shout out to everybody in the chat. Thanks for pulling up. You know, and supporting us as usual. You know what I'm saying? That's about it. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna hand it to the next.
All right. Well.
Down.
Thank you for letting me come on. That's all I got to say.
All right, Dom.
Ladies and gentlemen, this has been another episode with.
Don, you hilarious,
right,
man. All love to you, man.
All right, go ahead,
yeah, man. It's your girl Q, the queen. It's good talking to you guys. Like I said, I'm out here in Dallas. You know, my nephew turned 3, so I had to make that trip. I was not coming, but I got a $52 flight out here via Southwest. I was like, okay, let me put my little face mask and my gloves on.
Not little.
I'm not, you know.
Biohazard suit.
Trying to call me a big head? What you saying?
Biohazard suit. Don't go out there with no little mask. You need to be out there with a biohazard suit.
Well, you know, yeah, I ain't want to put all that business out there. You ain't want people, you know. But yeah, anyway, so yeah, I'm out here, man. I'm safe. I'm sound. I'm with family. I have not seen family in months. I have not I have communicated. But I have not connected with anybody close to me in person in months. So this is refreshing for me psychologically, and I'll be better for it once I'm back. So anyway, y'all have a good night, man. I love you guys. My brother's rep, the IBA. You know, this was a good talk. So all right.
That's a fact, man. And then y'all know what it is, man. It's your boy Red Milwaukee 414. Straight from Sneakerheads Code Line. I appreciate everybody pulling up tonight, man. We most definitely had a great discussion besides the battle. Like I said, I mean, you know, we just don't talk about sneakers here. You know, we get busy on all different topics. You know, and we just talk about real life. You know, on a grown folks level over here, we talk about real life besides just sneakers. Coming up this Tuesday, make sure y'all come through on Tuesday, man. Man, I got a really dope guest coming through on Tuesday, man. A hip hop legend coming through on Tuesday. That most definitely is into them sneakers, bruh. So I mean, y'all seen him in one of the most iconic hip hop movies of all time, and one of the most iconic hip hop groups of all time as well. So yeah, if y'all don't know what I'm talking about, that gives y'all a little bit of a hint. But just come through on Tuesday night, man. Y'all see what's going down, and then most definitely got a really dope you know, owner, CEO also as well coming through as a special guest as well. So see y'all Tuesday, 7:30 Central. Q, you know what it is. You still gonna be here on Tuesday? When you going back home?
Friday evening.
Oh, so you're gonna be
I'll be here.
You're gonna be for a whole week. All right.
Yeah.
All right, cool. And IBA, you know what it is, man. You still in Big Bear. So you know, so just hold it down in Big Bear, you know what I'm saying? And we're gonna holler at y'all later.
All right, man. Y'all stay safe.
All right.